How's it going? It's Skoda Base coming at you from YouTube with this quick tutorial. I'm going to get straight to it, all right? So basically, your RGB lights are not working on your Corsair keyboard. For me in particular, it's my K55 Corsair keyboard. Uh, and I'm going to show you what I did to fix it and the processes that I've learned that can fix it if you have a different fix for you. So, we're going to get this started. Basically, what you got to do first is hold your FN, F4 keys, FN and F4 for about 5 to 7 seconds, or until your keyboard makes flashes, your white lights will flash, or your RGB lights will flash, or they'll do a pattern. You'll be able to tell. You'll see it'll indicate that there's a reset going on, or that it's reset, that it has reset. If that doesn't work, what you might need to do is take out your USB and plug it back in. But before you plug it back in, hold down the FN and F4 keys again as you're plugging it in, and keep holding on to them. Keep pressing those keys, the F4 and FN keys, and wait for your keyboard to make those indicating lights, indicating that it's resetting your keyboard. And if that still doesn't work, what you can do is you can try to switch to a different USB and see if it works. If it doesn't, you can try the same process with a different USB port and, go on from there. If it still doesn't work, what you may need to do is, instead of the FN, F4 keys, you might need to switch to the escape key. Okay, so do the exact same process as the FN, F4 keys, but instead of FN, F4, use escape. And if that still doesn't work, if you're still having problems, then what you might need to do is what I did. And I'm going to show you what I did. So what you want to do is open iCUE, okay? Go to lighting effects. Go to your lighting layers. And for me, this was off, okay? For you, it might be off as well. None of your setup might be activated. What you have to do is, just as you thought, you just activate it, and you should be good to go, okay? Now, careful when you click out here, because it'll turn off automatically. For some reason, it does. It doesn't do it right here, but like when you click the image or whatever, it turns off. So just turn that on, and you should be good to go. And the reason for that is because iCUE actually overrides your keyboard's RGB. So whatever you have your keyboard settings, iCUE will override it, and so you won't be able to bypass through. You can only bypass it through iCUE. And I've read that if that still doesn't work, you might need to quit iCUE and then try it again. So make sure it's not running while you're trying to fix it, and that might work too. I've also had some people say that they had to uninstall iCUE altogether, so you can try that as well. I would honestly save the uninstall as your last resort. Like, make that your final and last call for your fix. Also, like, it could, and the reason for why the iCUE probably turned it off, why it turned this like this, is because you probably updated something. You might have even updated iCUE, or you might have updated some sort of software or firmware that's directly correlated to your keyboard, or you might have an app that's connected to your keyboard, or by proxy connected to iCUE, and that might have interfered with iCUE and it made it shut down or reset iCUE. Even like a Windows update might even do that. So just, pay attention to that. Come over here and fix it, and you should be good to go, okay? Oh, and just be warned, when you reset your keyboard, it's going to take away all your macros and all your settings for your keyboard. Everything's going to be reset and back to default. So, but I mean, it's not that bad for getting your RGB lights back, right? It's a minor inconvenience, kind of annoying, but it's worth it to me, at least. Excuse me. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If none of that works, then honestly, you might have a faulty keyboard. You could have a faulty drivers. You could have, iCUE itself might be corrupt or something like that. You might have some sort of corruption in your apps or something like that. Or maybe it could be like one of your new apps, maybe a third party app that you have is just not reliable and there's something up with it. It's malfunctioning your keyboard or it's malfunctioning iCUE, or maybe you have multiple keyboard RGB light apps trying to, coincide with each other and they're just not compatible. So that could be it as well. Other than that, I mean, if none of that is working and you've went through all of that, quite honestly, I would just say you should just get another keyboard, get a replacement keyboard, or get a new keyboard altogether. Get a different Corsair keyboard. If you're stuck on Corsair like me, like just get a different one. Whether it's cheaper or more expensive, it doesn't really matter as long as it's better. Like you could still get a cheaper iCUE. Actually, I think this one honestly is actually the cheapest one, so you'd have to go more expensive, or you just have to deal with one that's not iCUE compatible. So I mean, but that's your choice. That's your personal choice when it comes down to it. Um, but yeah, that's all there is to it. I hope this tutorial helped you out. I hope you're doing good now, and that's all I have for tonight. Have a good day, or have a good night, or have a good morning. For me, it's morning time pretty much. Kind of been up all night trying to see what's going on with this. Plus, I'm just a night owl in the first place. So, but anyways, you guys have a good time. I'll see you later.